This is the introduction video for a playlist that I'm going to be putting on YouTube. That playlist is going to have multiple different videos, each one of them focusing on one motor and a combination of different props for that motor, just to see what the thrust, efficiency, watt, amps, you name it, is going to be for that motor prop combo. I'm going to be testing the Lumenier 2206 2350 kV, then the Cobra 2204 2300 kV, then the Cobra 2206 2100 kV, then the Vortex Vspec 2204 2300 kV. That's the one that came with my Vortex 250 Pro when I got it a while back. And then I'm also going to test this MT2204 2300 kV from Emax. This is more of a 3-cell motor, so I'm going to do this video last. I might strap it to a 4-cell just to see what happens. I have not decided yet. And I'm also waiting on the Lumenier Schizo Edition 2500 kV motors. By the time I'm done testing these other 5, I'm sure it's going to be here, and I'm going to post that as well. Each one of these motors is going to be tested with these props from left to right. We have the Gemfan 5040, followed by the Dal prop 5045 bullnose, then the Dal prop 5046 bullnose. I'm really curious to see what the difference is between those two. Then I have the one that came with the Vortex again, the Gemfan 5045 bullnose, then the Diatone 5045 bullnose, and then there's 3 tri-blades I'm going to test as well. They're all Dal props. You got a 4045 bullnose, then a 5040, and then a 5045 bullnose. To do these tests, I'm going to be using the Turnigy Thrust Stand version 2. Just got this a couple of days ago. Running the motors is going to be a Lumenier 30 amp AutoShot ESC. I modified this for a past build to be an opto ESC, so in order to feed power to the knob right here, I'm going to also have to plug in one of the batteries to an old radio that I don't use anymore, the Tactic, that gives me the 5 volts roughly that I need. The batteries for every single one, as you can see, is going to be the Lumenier 1300 mAh 4-cell. These are ADC batteries. They're all fully charged. At the beginning of every single prop for each motor, I'm going to have them fully charged to hopefully around 16.8 volts. The reason I'm doing this is I'm trying to find the best possible prop and motor combination for the quad that I'm building. As you can see, I have a ton of protective stuff on here. All this green stuff I designed and 3D printed just to keep it safe from crashing, because I'm really tired of buying these things, the video transmitters. Everybody knows that these things get smashed, they break, they rip off. They even once with heatsink got ripped out of the shell for me. So since I put this 2mm thick buffer around it and just zip tied it down really good, I've not lost one, so hopefully I don't have to open the other 2 that I bought as spares. So most thrust tests, they go up to 150 grams because that is the 600 gram total takeoff weight. That seems to be the average out there. For me, with this protective stuff, and it's worth it for me, it doesn't have to be worth it for you, but my takeoff weight is closer to 689 grams. So I will still do the 150 grams, but I will also add a 172 grams, which is my hover, and then do, of course, a full throttle test just to be sure that the system in general can actually handle everything. Now, most people are more interested in efficiency than anything else. For me, I just want to see which one gives me the biggest pop. I like to fly fast, I like punch outs. So even if the efficiency is low, I really don't care if I lose some flight time or they're sucking up power like crazy, as long as the system itself will not catch fire or be damaged permanently from it, which is why the Turnigy also gives you the peak amps and peak watts, so I can always go and compare the motor specs and the ESC specs of what I'm going to be using with my results here to make sure that the airplane is going to be safe. And one more thing, in the description at the bottom, obviously this is not done yet, I'm going to post an Excel, a link to a Dropbox folder where every one of these motors is going to be listed. You can see here, when I first got this, I did the 2206 2100 kV Cobra, just so you get an idea. This is going to not just be 100%, it's going to include everything else as well. The 150 grams, and like I said, for me, the 172 grams. And then for those combinations that really worked out well, I'm going to do an actual throttle percentage ratio graphs and all that good stuff. That might take me a while because I still need to figure out how to do the throttle percentages on the knob, because it doesn't really indicate anything of where to go and what to do with it. Might end up strapping a receiver to it and use my actual radio. Alright, hope you guys enjoy and it's helpful.